saying that I look like a completely different person. So my son didn't know I was picking him up. He was like, who is that teacher picking me up? She's like, it's your mama. Which is like crazy. Basically every item in my show is a customer pick, and if it's not, it's because it's brand new. So I don't know if this was by design, but I'll take it. Think about this. I legally get to say that this item is going to be a help for people that deal with allergies, and we are in the thick of that. Right here in Florida, we visually could see all the pollen everywhere. It looked like we were in a weird gray, brown, yellow haze everywhere. So if you're one of those people, or maybe you have a litter box, or maybe you have odors in your home, or you just live, because what we all have is dust. We all have mold spores. We have all of this stuff that's like floating around in the air. This is going to eliminate that in your air. So we're gonna take everything when we're talking about odors, dust, the pollen, the mold spores, the hair, all of that, in something that is what it is so small, but don't let the size be deceiving. This is a powerhouse because it comes from Pure Enrichment. Another customer pick, please read the reviews on this. It's a $100 air purifier that has 2 stages of filtration. You get your first stage of filtration, which is gonna take out all the big pieces, and then a True HEPA filter, which is gonna get the teeny tiny little pieces out of your home. These are all on, they are super whisper quiet. The one in front of me is the white option. What always usually is an early sellout is our red, but I do have it today. We also have the graphite, and at the very, did I get the light gray and the white? Megan, this is my white. This I think was throwing me off. And this is my light gray option, so if we can show both. 150 left in the light gray. It's half off to get this one home, and a 5-year warranty. Megan, you should have been like, girlfriend! That thing was throwing me off.
Okay, let me move that, That's just to show that it takes in the air from 360 degrees, but it is white.
There is the white.
There's the white. It is absolutely white. White versus the light gray. So you have the white has the dark gray, almost that graphite color in the middle with this beautiful hourglass, and then the light gray is gonna be white in the middle. So it's really gonna blend in with any of your natural decor.
And I'll talk more about the reviews, but
the reviews are amazing.
They love this.
I think we have 438 perfect 5 stars. Customer pick. We introduced this 4 years ago, I want to say. We have over 100,000 of them sold. We actually had just sold out of all the colors except for white, and they just put some more back in
the new colors back in,
so that we can come back in because the demand is so much. And the demand is so much because this is small, but it is mighty. So you're going to see right here, I'm going to fill this up with smoke. It takes me about 5 seconds to totally fill it up because it's simultaneously working. But what you see right now is that you cannot see me. And in just a couple of seconds, here I am. Let me see if I can do that one more time for you.
It's working too fast.
It's working too fast. I'm so sorry. I should have told production this works really fast. All right, you don't see me. I'm gone. I'm over here. You cannot see my fingers. Give it a couple seconds. Here I am. Here I am. What's happening is all the air through that very front, that halo effect, it's pulling in all the air. It's going through a 2-stage filtration system. First, it's that activated carbon filter. That's gonna pull out the odors. So if you burn things at home, maybe it's bacon, it's broccoli. Once you cook it, you don't want to smell it. It's going to pull those out. Those volatile organic compounds, all those are going to get stuck to the black filter. The air is going to keep moving into the white filter. That is True HEPA, you guys. That's 99.97% of all the particulates down to 0.3 microns. I'm talking about things that you can't even see are going to be captured onto that white filter. We're talking living microorganisms like mold spores. So now you're seeing some of them there. Human hair, we can see that. Pollen, we can kind of see sometimes, but then the dust, the dander, the smoke particulates. That's why we love doing the smoke demo, is because it's one of the smallest particulates you can capture, and you know you can't see it. You usually get alerted to smoke when you can smell it. Right. But we usually can't see it, so we're gonna capture all that. And if you're wondering what it can do in your house, this is I don't think you've seen this. This is real. This is what was pulled out of my friend's house out of just 3 months. So he had seen my presentation before, but he had never owned any air purifier. He was just wondering, like, what could it do for me? He gets this home, and after 3 months, he goes to check it just to see, like, where he's at. And he was so grossed out because this was floating in his home, and that means it was floating in his lungs. It's where his animals are breathing. He doesn't happen to have any kids right now, but if this is you at home, you've never had an air purifier, this is your parents, this is your kids breathing this stuff in. Now that is the activated carbon side. Look at the True HEPA side. This is a brand new filter. It's white. This is a 3-month-old filter. It's not white. So all these tiny things are things that our lungs are having to do the hard work of scrubbing the air clean. And honestly, I would just rather the Halo do it on my behalf.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
By the way, we're gonna put the item number if you would like to put the additional filters in like an auto ship. A lot of people do that, or even if you're not purchasing one today, but you already own one and you're like, you know what, it is time for me to get a new filter. We'll show you the item number for that to add it in. I wanna talk about reviews because I think, I really tried very hard to be like, what would keep somebody from getting an air filter? And I think
It's
what it
usually
is—
price.
Price is one, which we've slashed this in half. I don't want you guys to think that this price is, it's a $100 air filtration. But also I think that people think when you get it home, how will I know it's doing anything? Do I just buy it? Right. And here's the thing.
Right here,
review after review talk about I could feel a difference.
Right.
I could feel a difference in my home. So people were saying, I bought this and days later, I could feel that my home felt cleaner. I've used this consistently and it's kept up the quality all through the time I've used it, how quiet it is. I've noticed a difference. It's easy to move because of its size. If you want to put this on a tabletop, on a desktop, on a counter, on a bedside. Christine from North Carolina said, been using this for the past year next to our cat's litter box, and it's great. Helps destroy odors and purify air in the room. Blackberry from Texas, this purifier is space efficient, it's quiet and better than expensive ones that I've bought other brands.
There you go. That's why I say it's small, but it's mighty. Here's the thing, Tina. If I'm gonna bring something into my home, I want it to be beautiful and I want it to be purposeful. It's gotta be both. This is something, it can look like part of your decor. It can look like just a speaker that's hanging out in one of your living spaces. This is gonna be so much more purposeful than any decor that you put into your home because it's actually able to do something that we don't want to have to do, and that's cleaning the air. That's getting the particulates out of your home. And you might think, well, I don't think my home has that much stuff that needs to be taken out. Well, it's spring, so we had the allergies coming in every time you open your windows or your doors, your garage door. Those things come into your house. But don't forget, you guys, we actually put a lot of things into our home, from our nail polish to our hairspray, our makeup. If we painted our walls, if we have new furniture, the off-gassing, anything stain resistant is off-gassing. What your Halo is gonna do for you is it's gonna take anything that it is off-gassing, it's gonna take those VOCs and it's gonna capture them on your behalf so that you don't have to breathe them in. Every time you move the drapes and you see all those little flurries, instead of you breathing it in, or instead of having to dusting all your counters all the time, it's gonna capture it on your behalf. So it's doing so many different things for you, and it's so affordable, and I keep going to the back that it's really pretty. So Pure Enrichment was the first one to do this gorgeous spherical design. You can see this great little hourglass figure on the side. That doesn't seem important, but with this, it's for 100 square foot rooms. So we're talking about kitchen, bathrooms, living facility rooms, your bedroom even, dormitories. Where you put this matters. And so you wanna know that it looks great from every single angle. I also wanna see in the back, this is totally flat. There's no intake. So you can have this near a wall or even on a shelf because it's so slim. And you can be able to still get the maximum amount of airflow. The reason why I had this earlier is because when I go like this, you see that it's pulling in from the top, the sides, the middle. This is the halo effect right here. So we're pulling all that air from the front, and then you see this guy floating up. That's because all the fresh air is expelling from the top. So it's not gonna be blowing in your eyes or make anything uncomfortable.
Well, when I'm talking about like a dust-free home, an odor-free home, I always say the two places you know, like as an indicator, go touch any ceiling fan in your home. Just run your finger over the top, or go to your television and run your finger over it. When was the last time you cleaned it? The dust collects on there, and that's an indication of what's running around in the air. It's half off. This is a $100 True HEPA 2-stage filtration, easy to move, beautiful air filtration. Think Mother's Day if you're like, I don't know what to get her. You know, she has this, she doesn't want to dress, you know, whatever. Everybody should have one of these. This is like an easy one and done. If it's a gift, if it's for you. I say if you have a teenage boy, everybody should just put it in their room. I don't have a teenage boy yet, but Amy Morrison tells me it's like a thing. Just pick the color that you want. So the one in front of me is called the light gray. This is gonna be our most limited option of all of them. Always popular, hard to restock is in the red, which is a beautiful accent color. Don't think I don't have anything red in my home. That's the whole point. This is your accent color of a red. But our most popular this morning is the graphite. So this deep kind of charcoal gray graphite. And then the white, which is crisp, clean. If you're like, I don't know what goes with their decor, I always say white is a good choice if it's a gift. This would be great for housewarming, weddings, Mother's Day, whatever it is. If somebody's moving out for the first time.
Baby nursery.
Oh, yeah.
Just something sweet and soft, but purposeful, getting the job done. I love the graphite for our men. I actually have it in my kids' room. Father's Day is not too far away, so it's another thing to think about. But this is the thing, guys. Anyone that you care about, this is a fantastic gift because you're giving them the gift of fresh air, right? So they don't have to scrub the air clean. They have something doing it on their behalf. Plus, your cleaning's gonna get a little bit easier because you're not gonna be dusting as much. And like you said, please go to the reviews. I always say go to the testimonials because it takes a lot for me to write a review. I either have to love it or I have to absolutely hate it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna waste my time writing a review. 438 perfect 5-star reviews means you guys felt so compelled to tell other people your experiences that you did. And that people are saying things like, I breathe better, or I have COPD, I have allergies, I have sinus issues, and now I can breathe. So this is your reports, not mine, but it makes a difference because if you just think about it naturally, if there is something in your air, whether it's elm, alder, poplar, juniper, if it's in the air and you know it bothers you, how do you get it out? Well, you get it out with a True HEPA system.
You know, when they did a thing to figure out is outside air cleaner than inside air.
Yes, the EPA did that.
Yes, and they said inside is what? How many times is it?
It's 3 to 5 times more polluted inside of your home
than it is
outside. And that's because the wind can carry things away from you. But once it's inside your house, there's no carrying away. So what happens is just like this box. If I open up the door and all the allergens follow me in, here are the allergens. Now I just close the door behind me. What's gonna happen? Well, I'm gonna start breathing this stuff in because it has nowhere to go. Unless you have your halo. And if you have your halo, it's gonna circulate that air, it's gonna scrub the air clean, it's gonna catch those particulates so that you have this clear box because those particulates are now gonna be right here. And like Tina said, this is one of those things you're like, well, if I don't know if it's working, so is it worth it? You get it home, and you check it. You can check it after a month, 2 months, 3 months. This just happens to be after 3 months because you got to remember to check it. And when you see this, you're like, oh man,
now
that
I understand.
Is dust and hair. That's stuff that I was gonna have to clean before. I spin it around, I'm like, ooh, this was white before. What is this? This is a lot of things that I can't see, and it's so many things that I can't see that it's built up this dirty look.
To me, the most powerful review of all of them is every single one that said they felt a difference.
Felt a difference,
I felt a difference. And if you or somebody, maybe your son, maybe your daughter, maybe your niece, and you constantly, every year, they talk about allergy season. It's bothering me, my nose, I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, my throat, allergies, allergies, allergies. Every year, it's like a broken record because we all know it's coming. We all know that time of year. What if this is the answer, right? What if it's this? What if it's not about taking medication to maybe, you know, offset the symptoms? What if we just got rid of all of the pollen and the things in the air?
Like get to the root cause.
I was like, let's just stop it before we even get to me, right? That's what this is doing. It is also those odors. So a lot of people were talking about holiday cooking in their reviews, and they were saying, oh my gosh, usually my house smells like fish 3 days after I've made it, or I've burnt the bacon or something. Odors was a big thing that people were talking about because that's noticeable things.
Exactly. There is something about broccoli in the moment, fantastic. Broccoli 6 hours later or the next morning?
Not so much.
Not so great. That smells like a big fart. So we're gonna capture the big fart.
Can I tell you, Megan would only say it smells like a big fart on a show with me.
Or guy.
Or guy. Or guy. The only two people that's like, oh, it's safe space to say fart.
This is
love
true.
you.
At least we
job.
haven't talked about boogers yet because Guy and I talk about boogers a lot.
What? What product?
Because when you get sinuses and stuff, actually for this, but 5-year warranty. Let me throw it out there because you mentioned season after season. This is gonna work for you season after season after season after season.
No
Aren't
fart
you glad
smell?
I left you with
No
that?
boogers? We don't want any of those things. Half off, and we have the colors back. Make sure that you add in the additional filters on auto ship so that you're taken care of. Read those reviews. 075014. Girlfriend.
It's morning.
No.
Good morning, everyone.
I highly